Good evening, denizens of the night. Welcome to Fangs After Dark. Tonight, we'll be discussing what it means to be kindred. No doubt you have heard many retellings of what this is. The concept of a kindred, the meaning behind it, the existence that the undead that have to feast on mortal blood have to deal with. But tonight I'm going to give you my interpretation of it. So, please enjoy, and remember, nothing good ever happens after dark. Kindred. What does this word mean within the world of darkness? Well, the dictionary's definition of kindred roughly means a group of individuals that are of the same like. Close familial bonds. No doubt you have heard the terms kindred spirit before, which essentially means that this other individual is like me. At its basis, that is what kindred means in the world of darkness for vampires. The term kindred, which was a term that was actually adapted later in the existence of vampire kind after the Camarilla was born. The term kindred just means all of us are of the same kind. Vampires, that which subsides on the blood of mortals. But to me, a kindred has two key factors that define us, and that is the beast and the blood. What is the beast? The beast itself is something that exists within every vampire in the world of darkness. A supernatural hunger, yearning for nothing but to feast on the blood of mortals or other things. They wish nothing but destruction to tear, shred, and eat. This beast is like a subconscious id that forces kindred to perform acts that they would not otherwise think to do on their own. A part of their psyche that is constantly caged, but also prying the bars open, little by little. This beast is a force to be reckoned with, and every kindred in existence must walk a fine line between keeping themselves sane or letting the beast take hold. A balancing act that every kindred who has lived for any amount of time will have felt the call, and many, if not all, will have fallen to it at some point. The beast is the only thing within a vampire that actually lives. It lives to eat. It lives to kill. And every kindred, and I mean every kindred, must reconcile with this beast in one way or another. Otherwise, they fall so far down the rabbit hole, they can never pull themselves back out. This is known as a wight. A kindred that has fallen so far, they are nothing but an animal seeking to feed. A sad creature that deserves nothing but destruction. How do you avoid this kind of fate? Well, there are many things that can attribute to the degradation of the vampire's psyche in regards to the beast, but one of the main things you can do, that all kindred can do, is to keep themselves fed. Which brings me to the blood. What is there to say about the blood. It is the life-giving sustenance that vampires need to be able to operate the way we do. If we don't feed, we slowly start to let the beast take control, and eventually either we lose all semblance of humanity, or we fall into a deep, deep slumber known as torpor. The lifeblood that gives the vampire its unlife is at the very center of our being. It is the one thing the beast seeks, never-ending. Now, what is the blood specifically? What does it do to our bodies? Why do we as kindred gain sustenance from it? Well, the answer to that lies within a more archaic term for the blood, a term used to describe blood after we have imbibed and it now flows through the veins within us as kindred. The term is vitae, an old Latin term that roughly translates into life-giving, life essence, and in that meaning is the answer to our sustenance. For when we feed on mortal blood, we are feeding off of the life essence, and in turn, this blood allows us to operate in undeath. Pretty ironic, I think, but also incredibly sad. But the vitae does more for us. It gives us our unlife. It also allows us to tap into abilities that most in the world would consider to be unnatural. There are some abilities within the blood of vampires that even other kindred consider to be unnatural. But those can be topics for another time. In the end, the blood and the beast will always be the two most defining key factors for any kindred in existence. For the beast yearns for blood, and the vampire needs the blood to be. One cannot exist without the other. So heed this warning. Always make sure that you are capable and able to drink, to sup, to taste that sweet, hot, metallic tang on your tongue as it flows down the back of your throat, the only thing that can give you sustenance, that can slake that thirst and that hunger. But be forewarned. The only way to truly fill yourself, to feel fully slaked, is to take the life of a mortal completely. It is a sad thing to think that for us to maintain our humanity, we must refrain ourselves from fully satiating our hunger, forever wandering the night with that pang, that biting sensation that says, go.